I wish you discontent. That was a line I heard from a commencement speaker at a high school graduation years ago. It was a really shocking thing to hear someone say to all of these high school graduates. And of course, she didn't mean that she wanted them to be miserable or unhappy. She was touching on a truth that is deep within us, that we've been created for much more than we realize. And we tend to content ourselves with things that are less than we're made for. And so she was trying to get at the fact that we should experience a certain discontent because we've been created for more. In Catechism, paragraph 27, talks about our desire for God. It says that only in God will we find the truth and happiness that we're created for and that we should be searching for. Problem is, we turn aside and we try to find that contentment in other things and things that really aren't worthy of us, in maybe the possessions of this world or the pleasures of this world or the popularity or control, all of these different things. We try to find our contentment or happiness and peace in those things instead of kind of detaching from those and realizing that we've been created for much more. And when we do that, we might be content, but we won't have that happiness that God desires for us, which is really a share in His own happiness. And we will often be unhappy because, well, we're settling. A friend of mine who for many years lived in an immoral lifestyle, he said later on, reflecting on those years, he said, "I was as happy as I knew." It's a wonderful, wonderful observation. He says, "I was as happy as I knew it was possible to be." That's what he means. And his point is that he didn't realize how much more happiness there was open for him and available to him. And so he settled for something much less. He settled for something sinful that actually led to him becoming increasingly unhappy. And it's when someone finally broke into his life and made known to him that he was created for more and that there was a higher form of happiness available to him, that was the beginning of his conversion. And that should be the beginning of our conversion as well. Always calling to mind this great calling that we have, that God is extending to us a happiness and a fulfillment far more than we typically realize. That means detaching from lesser things. It means calling to mind that wonderful line from the letter to the Hebrews. When speaking of the saints, it says, "The world was not worthy of them." It's a wonderful line. It's to look at the world and say, the world is good and has many good things in it. But despite all of that, it's not worthy of us because we've been created for more. And that means we should be searching for more as well. And so, like that commencement speaker, I wish you discontent, not unhappiness, not misery, but discontent, so that you will constantly search for more and constantly realize that God is looking upon you in love and desiring for you more than you can possibly imagine.